Well, hello, 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 everyone. How are you? Um, what's going on? All two of you. Hello, Heather. Oh, goody. We're up to five now. Everybody, feel free to say hello. Um, yes, I had my intro going. I accidentally screwed up. I've been considering going back to restream, and I was bouncing back and forth. And stupid me, I don't know why I accidentally re-signed up for StreamYard for the month. So I guess we'll see through the month how it goes with StreamYard, and then that'll give me another month to play around and see what I want to do. So how's everyone doing today? Anybody here have any new cases for me? I have a couple I want to talk about today. Um, but my last show was that was a wonderful show. I was getting goosebumps. So please, 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 hey, Twisted Tea, how are you, sweetheart? Please, 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 guys, if you know of any local cases you want me to look into, I will always write them down and we'll look into them and we'll discuss them. I kind of like those kind of cases that aren't really talked about. And the nice thing about finding out about the Ketty murders is, yes, they have been talked about online for years, but they really were never oversaturated in our brains. Because for some reason, that particular case just missed the boat on all the popular TV shows that we grew up on. And you guys know what I'm talking about. Unsolved Mysteries, America's Most Wanted, the Philly case. Yes, I have to look into that. Let me write that down. Well, that was what, the two girls that were found in Philadelphia? Which notebook do I have here? Yes, I have a couple different notebooks. And maybe if we get to it tonight, we'll look into it about tonight. That was what, like a 20-year-old case? My pen. I don't know, but we can look and find out because if I remember correctly, they had an ID on them. Just give me a second. So let's talk about. Why don't we just run? It was mar- I think I was married to the guy in custody at one time. You do, Heather? Well, that's odd. Let's just roll through. Are you looking for trials or like cold cases or just things that happened that were any of it? Twisted Tea, cold cases. I like the cold cases only because like we can sit here and discuss and talk about different ideas. I like trials too. Trials are fine or anything weird. Not me, one of them. Oh, okay. Hi, David. How are you? And thank you for joining us. David, can I ask you how you found this channel? I'm just curious. No big deal. It's enjoyable. Well, okay, no, but I bet how did you come across and thank you. I'm glad. I appreciate that feedback. That's enjoyable. But I'm just like, how did you find the channel? How did you come across the like did it pop up in your feed one day or are you maybe part of one of these communities? But I want to run down, let's do Luigi first. Because that I can run through real quick. We'll talk about Nancy a little bit. I'm just curious. I like to know how people came across my channel because I have such a tiny little channel. All right, so let's talk about Luigi Mangione. For those of you that don't know, Luigi was the gentleman that stalked and unalived a U.S. healthcare CEO. I believe it was U.S. healthcare. A lot of people are on the fence about it. Listen, murder is murder in my eyes, but I can definitely understand the frustration. And yes, I will say he stalked him now because as of today, Luigi Mangione has pleaded guilty to 2 federal stalking charges, but he still faces the 8 state felony counts in New York, including second-degree murder. On August 14th, hold on one second, Mangione officially admitted in a Manhattan federal court to shooting and killing United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson in December of 2024. Mangione entered a surprise guilty plea to federal stalking charges, admitting he used a 3D printed gun to assassinate Thompson outside of a Midtown Manhattan hotel. Federal prosecutors stated they will pursue the maximum penalty of life in prison without parole during his sentencing on December 18th, 2026. Following the federal plea, Mangione's defense team immediately filed a motion to dismiss the separate upcoming New York state trial, arguing that a state prosecution would violate double jeopardy protections. I'm not too sure about that. For those of you that don't know, double jeopardy, basically, as a blanket, people know double jeopardy is you can't be tried for the same crime twice. Meaning, if you're found guilty and for some reason you get out of jail, they can't try you again for it. However, if I'm not mistaken, and this is where I wish Eric Foss were in the chat because maybe he would know about this or he might not know. I don't know. But if I'm not mistaken, he pled guilty to federal charges, so he can't be tried again for the federal charges. I don't think that alleviates him of the state charges. I wasn't sure if you had to be friends or whatever. Hi, Angel. How are you, sweetheart? Oh, let me go up in the chat and say hello to people real quick. Mr. Eyebrows. Yes, hello, Angel. Hello. Hey, Snooks. How are you? I wasn't sure if you had to be friends or whatever. I think I tried to message you at least a month ago. I don't use Instagram often, but I know I tried to reach out there. Angel, what you are facing isn't okay. Just know that no one that has a brain will support you. Well, we all support Angel. We all love Angel here. So back to the case. I'm not sure if because they're federal and state, that double jeopardy would necessarily apply. But apparently it may or may not, because they're filing a motion for double jeopardy. Where was I going with this? Yeah, the eyebrows. Yo, listen, I'm not even gonna lie. When I first saw him, I was like, Mr. Leva Leva. But still in all, murderers come in all shapes, forms, size, packages, and good looking swagger, I guess. Hey, Wyatt Earp, how are you, sweetie? So that's what's up with Luigi. He's pled guilty to the two federal stalking charges and unaliving charges. He still has the 8 state charges that he has to deal with. And now on to Nancy. There was a body found about 11 miles away. Now, keep in mind, though, it's still early yet. They don't know who this person is. The terminology they used was, it looked like it had been out there for some time. 6 months could mean some time. 6 years could mean some time. So I really don't know what that means until we get a little more information on it. Like I said, I have to look into that a little bit more. And we all know how slow Pima County's being about putting out information. Now, as far as Nancy goes, I don't know why, but I have a feeling the FBI has been back at her house recently. I have a feeling, with their investigation being separate from the sheriff's department, I have a feeling that the FBI has somebody in mind, and they have had somebody in mind for a while. I don't know who, and I don't even know why I think that. So I just don't know why. I think the FBI might be looking in on someone. Um, I recently, here's the thing. I love watching The Interview Room. The problem with The Interview Room is Chris Madonna's voice is so soothing. I have to make sure I'm alert because it will put his voice will put me, and it's not that the show's not good. It's not, and he's got wonderful information, but I have to watch him. He's either got to have his wife with him or a panel going, because his voice just his voice is just soothing. As I said before, I'm from the UK, but I'm interested in American justice. Probably too much American cop shows when I was a kid. That's okay, David. You know what? I don't know how old you are, what age bracket you fall into, but those of us in the Gen X, the Generation X, we kind of fell into that odd place in time where, like, the big top TV shows were like Unsolved Mysteries, America's Most Wanted, and then of course those were like, you know, the big top like mystery shows. But then we also had a lot of cop dramas. I remember a lot of cop dramas growing up, like Hill Street Blues, NYPD Blue, like all those shows. Oh, you're too funny. You have to go back and look what you wrote. I was wondering if you meant something different. Angel, I still have it in my messages, but maybe you didn't get it because I was locked. It's there. So that's, as far as Nancy goes, we're going to have to wait and find out. And of course, we've been getting little little bits here and there over the past 6 months. So I assume we'll be waiting for a while on this. But yes, there was a body found about 11 miles away. But we have to keep in mind I think they said there's 1,100 currently 1,100 missing people in that area anyway. So, or in the state. So it could, could be her. It might not be her. Um, and we'll have to see. Now, as for that Philadelphia case, let me pull that back up because I really should bookmark that when it happened, and I didn't. Okay, hang on, guys, real quick. All right, here we go. So, Philadelphia police launched a death investigation after digital evidence recovered from a home on West Chew Avenue in the Olney neighborhood appeared to show two missing women identified as Gabrielle Amarando and Mirabelle Fresas are deceased. Although so the physical bodies have not been recovered yet, Heather. But authorities have notified the families. So I guess whatever that digital evidence is, like photos. Okay, so that's what you were saying. They only had photos and video. Okay. The location, a house on the 400 block of West Chew Avenue, linked to 44-year-old Eugene Horsch. Digital files, including over 600,000 images and 70,000 videos, were viewed by law enforcement. The missing women, Gabrielle Amarando disappeared around 2012, and Mirabelle Fresas disappeared around 2018. Current status, Horsch has been in custody since June on unrelated drug and weapon charges. As the death investigation continues, local updates are available via NBC 10 Philadelphia News. So that's about it right now. They gave us the names of the women, and all they have are pictures and videos. So let's see. Let me Google the names and see if I can't find any more about them on that. Well, thank you, generous donor. Thank you very much. Guys, if you'd like to contribute, that would be wonderful. If you can't or don't want to, at least just share the channel. That helps me out a lot. All right, so let's look up the names of the women, and maybe it'll give more. Let's look up Gabrielle Amarando. See, a lot of these are on the TV news stations. I don't want to pull them up because we all know how much YouTube loves me, right, guys? Let's see here. I have to wonder, God. So 2012, that's what, 14 years ago. And then 2018 is 8 years ago already. Oh my God. Where's the time going? Ladies, I just texted my best friend today and we've been missing each other. We've been texting each other every 2 days or so. And I said to her, I said, when did the world start spinning so quickly? Like, at what point in our life did the world start spinning so quickly? I'll go back. Okay. All right. So let's see here. I'm not finding much on the girls other than whatever's recent. So, wait, what? Guys, I'm going to mute for a minute. Okay, so what I'm reading here is that house is actually, they believe it's linked to 4 missing women. They only know of the 2 right now. Jesse, look at Amy McHale. She's also has been married to the fathers. Okay, all right. So you know a little bit more about it than I do, Heather. Um, all right, Amy McHale. Yeah, because I just found this now, this story here. And this came out, it was published yesterday, but it was updated today. The mystery surrounding at least 4 missing women connected to an only home is bringing back memories of Gary Heidnick and another Philadelphia house that became the scene of unimaginable crimes. Philadelphia police are expected to return to a house in the Olney neighborhood as a sprawling investigation connected to the women, 2 of whom investigators believe are dead, continues to grow. On August 12th, police announced video evidence recovered from a hard drive located inside the Chew Avenue home leads investigators to believe 2 missing women, Maribel Fresas and Gabrielle Amarando, are no longer alive. The latest developments have neighbors drawing comparisons to one of Philadelphia's most notorious criminal cases, serial killer Gary Heidnick, who kidnapped, tortured, and murdered women inside his North Philadelphia home in the 1980s. Okay, so it says 4 women. Where are the 2 other women? All right, this Chew Avenue home first came under scrutiny in June after police and federal agents searched the property following the arrest of 44-year-old Eugene Horsch. During the arrest, police say a woman accompanying Eugene Horsch provided officers with an ID card belonging to another missing woman, Blair Tonzelli, who disappeared in 2023. The NBC 10 investigators have also confirmed that Horsch's father, Ray R.C. Horsch, who died in 2025, was married to Amy McHale, who disappeared in 2016. All right, so Blair Tonzelli and Amy McHale are the other 2 women. Okay. The older Horsch produced snuff films and wrote erotic books with sadomasochistic This is getting creepy. Comparisons to serial killer Gary Heidnik. The investigation into the Chew Avenue home brings up memories of Gary Heidnik, whose crimes shocked the region nearly 4 decades ago. Um, well, it was the most bizarre thing that I'd ever seen. Retired prosecutor Charles F. Gallagher III told NBC 10 on Thursday, August 13th. A jury convicted Heidnik of kidnapping, torturing, and killing women inside of his North Philadelphia row house. NBC TV was granted access to the property shortly after Heidnik's arrest in 1987. What he had done was he had broken through the cement floor of the basement and built a hole that was maybe 3-4 foot deep, 4 by 4, and he kept them in. Oh, all right. So back to the Olney house. Inside the Olney home, federal agents and DEA task force officers discovered a lot of ammo and some narcotics. Philadelphia police said in the aftermath of the first raid. Investigators also found evidence suggesting an attempt to grow or produce narcotics. Among the items seized was a piece of writing about serial killer Ted Bundy that referred to zip ties and a drum. A source familiar with the investigation told NBC 10 the note also mentioned killings and trash that needs to go. Well, I do know there's some trash in Philly that needs to go, but we're not talking about the case here. It remains unclear who wrote it, though Eugene Horsch's attorney suggested in an earlier conversation that Ray Horsch was the author. So Ray is the father. Angel, it won't go away unless you ignore for at least 4 months. Ignore who? That's what I say. Ignore who? All right, give me a second here, guys. It's not letting me. Give me a sec. I'm having technical difficulties, guys. Bear with me here. All right. The USA is such a big country, and with a big population, it must make it harder for the police. Well, like I was trying. Oh, bad people? Yeah. Well, we'll get to that. Let's finish talking up this, and we'll get to the basic chit chat in a minute. Well, like I described the other night, David, well, we have like the federal government, which is the whole country. And there's certain agencies that cover all over the country. But then we have the states, and the states have their own government, like police and justice departments, and then it goes from state to county, and counties have their own sheriff departments, and then you go to local police departments. So there are local police departments mostly everywhere, but it really depends on where you're located, as to their ability, their training, how much they see. Wyatt, she's hanging in there, and she's going to be visiting her son soon, so I'm sure she'll feel better mentally. Well, hello, Edwin. How are you, sweetheart? Blessings to you. So that's pretty much what we have on all that. I mean, we could sit here and chit chat. There actually are a couple things um I do want to talk about off topic. Um, I listen. I don't care who you like or don't like on here. I was listening to Eric's show today, and he made a very valid point that I brought up on here. And another reason why I tell people always try to be kind because you don't know what kind of day somebody's having, and some of this nonsense on here gets out of hand. It really does. It gets out of hand. I mean, I've been pretty much out of it lately, and which is good for me because I've been ignoring most of it and knock on real wood here. Let me find some real knock on wood. And people have been leaving me alone. Um, I think pretty much if you ignore a lot of it, it will go away. Um, I've had my family gone after, and I told you I don't hold that against anyone. I didn't see anyone going after people attacking my family. So I am confused. Um, that kind of stuff has to stop. Um, it really does. I've never understand why people go after family members. I've been on here for 5 years, and that's all anybody ever does. Most people that hurt themselves will smile in your face. It's not a joke. What do you mean by I think I know what you mean by that. Most people that will hurt themselves will smile in your face. It's not it's not a joke. You mean people that will hurt themselves like or I don't know. Can you define that a little bit? Because I that could get that could go either way. Twisted tea. They put a smile on. Right. Okay. That's what I thought you meant. Right. Right. That's what I thought you meant. Twisted tea. You know, there's a lot of times, and I don't mind talking about it. I suffer from severe depression and anxiety, but I've learned to cope with it. I've learned to talk to somebody when I need to. Um, there's medications that help. Uh, it's just a matter of, and like we were describing before, I think we were talking about it on Angel's show, actually. People with mental illness, you could take two people with the same exact diagnosis and they're going to behave completely differently. Some people are going to learn how to cope with it, and other people aren't going to learn how to cope with it. Um, and I know, and you shouldn't HAC and HAC what? Oh, you shouldn't have to leave YouTube. No, you shouldn't have to leave YouTube. But you know what? I'll be honest with you, Twisted Tea. I've been going light with my shows lately, and I've been watching a few here and there. But I've been enjoying the break a little bit, from the daily, you know. I'm quite surprised how nasty some people are. I don't like rude people, especially when men are rude to women. Oh, David, stick around. Oh, David, stick around here. Actually, David, if truth be told, there's some women on here that are a lot nastier than some of the guys. But that's why I like doing my shows. And you know what? I know I get picked on because my numbers are low or my shows are boring. No, you know what? I come on here, I talk about what I want to talk about. Um, I appreciate the company of people that want to talk about the same things. We're interested in the same thing. And there's nothing wrong with coming on here and joking and having fun. Don't get me wrong. I don't, I don't mean to say that my shows are always going to be 100% rigid and we're going to stay on topic and this, that, and the other. I don't mind joking around and having fun once in a while, but I do like to stick to keeping to a main topic per show. I think it keeps those of us that are interested in the same things and just want to have a safe place to talk about, the Ketty Camp murders or Luigi Mangione or Nancy Guthrie. Um, and you know what? I don't care if I sound like a liberal freak, but you know what? My chat room is going to be a safe place. I'm not going to let people get abused in here. So I agree, only mentally strong need to be here, but the mentally strong probably don't hang out here. I'm tempted to agree with you, Snooks. It's hard to hear others getting hurt from. Yeah, you know what? That's what bothers me more. Too. That's what bothers me too, Twisted Tea. I think it bothers me more when I see others getting hurt. I mean, I'll pretty much. If I don't like what I'm hearing, I'll turn it off. Some people can't do that, Remember, less quality is better than quantity. Remember, just exactly. I like to think of the people that come in here are quality. I'd rather have $13 bills than 1,300 pennies. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's funny. How can I do this without bringing up a name? Because I'm not going to bring up anything bad, but there were a couple times where like two different people were going at me, and I get that obnoxious call at work. And again, I'm not saying who or what. It's one of those, you ignore the call, they keep calling. So finally you answer, and I pick up the phone and I'm like, what do you want? And it's, so and so has been going after you for 2 hours on YouTube. I'm like, so I'm at work. A couple days later, ignore a call, ignore the call, finally pick up and go, what do you want? Well, now this person's going after you for like hours, and they've been going at you for days and weeks. And so I'm at work. And he simply said to me, he goes, you really don't care, do you? I said, nope. I don't give a shit. I don't care what people think about me. If they don't like me, they don't have to be around me. I remember, yeah. That's why I absolutely love me. I know. You know what? I got to be honest with you, Angel. The only thing I miss about being monetized, the only reason why it wasn't even about the money. If YouTube would let me just do members only and it wasn't even about the monetization, I wouldn't care. I wouldn't even care. I only cared about the members only. Oh, I'm not going to get into it. It's out there. Stick around long enough, you'll find out, David, what job I do. But I'm not gonna make it easy for people. Oh my God, I love going to Angels. I feel so comfortable there. Um, and we joke around and we bust balls, and even if a feeling gets hurt here or there, it's never anything horrible. It's never anything intentionally malicious. Wait till Sunday when Chicky is roasted up. Well, Angel, look at him. He's been roasted enough, don't you think? No, I'm not a police officer, David. Oh, could you imagine that? Me as a police officer? That would be funny. No, nothing like that. But I mean, anybody's welcome in here as long as they're not causing problems. And Like I said, there's going to be days where I go topic only today, guys. Two shows I always end up having to put my oxygen on, Angels and Hey, Carol, how are you, sweetheart? What's going on with you, sweetie? You ain't seen nothing. Nothing yet done yet. Oh my gosh. Um Hello, Art by Imagine. How are you, sweetheart? What's going on? But like I said, I love it. I love it at Angels. Um, and I want the same vibe here. Anybody that wants to be here is welcome to be here. If you're going to be a snotty little brat and try to troll, we're going to get rid of you and we're going to keep on keeping on. It's just the way it is. Um, yeah, I heard something about that. I'll reach out to Kathy. I hope she's doing okay. But you know, it's not anything you guys want to talk about, any crimes or cases or anything like that. Always, guys, I keep my notebooks handy. Tell Chicky to tone down the self tan. Well, that's what I mean. He puts on so much tanner, he doesn't need to be roasted anymore. So, your favorite little brat, Jesse? Who's a brat? Are you a brat, Wyatt? Snugs, he's getting his rear end handed to him on Sunday. Oh, I wish I had a good comeback for that one. So, what's going on, guys? Anything interesting out in the world or anything you guys want to share, talk about, chat about? I'm open. People should be able to come on here and to get away from things. Laughing is the best. Absolutely. You know what? And that's a funny thing. I come on here. Listen, guys, for those of you that do know what I do, there's a certain level of, with my job, I'm introduced to people at sometimes good times in their life. They're buying a new house, they're selling a house, they're moving. I have situations where they need our services because somebody passed away and they need a place to put their stuff. I dealt with divorce couples. That's a nightmare. Um, People get evicted and whatnot. And so I do have to deal with people at a lot of different times in their life, and they're stressful times for them. So, of course, I'm sitting there in my office, usually taking the brunt of their anger. Uh, so I like to come on here because I want to laugh. I want to be happy. I want to, Angel ready with the camera. People should be. All right, we're not going to talk about her. Sorry. Keep your nonsense to yourself. Well said. Laughter is a cure. Thank you to whoever took care of that. Oh, wait, that isn't off here yet, is it? Guys, do you see that in the chat? Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. Hang on. I have storage space envy. I told my dad when he dies, I just want one of his empty warehouses. Well, I'd have to charge you, Snooks. Thank you, Angel. I appreciate that. I was looking at the wrong screen. I didn't think they were gone yet, and they were. Thank you. I appreciate that. Uh, Snooks, I deal with storage space all day. But you know, it's funny. My sister's a hairdresser. So she gets, you know, she gets the whole life story too with her job. So when I go to get my hair done and I'm sitting in her chair, we swap stories. Well, what weird story did you have this week? What disaster did you have to deal with this week? Oh, you're a hairdresser, Snooks? Oh, that's cool. Where do Americans like to go on holiday? You know what, David? It depends on my mood. I love the beach. I love the mountains. I love the beach. Um, but depending on how bad my week is, hiding in my apartment underneath my blanket fort is good. But the beach or the mountains for me. That's, I could take it either one. Where do you like to go on vacation, David? I'm boring. I like to go in my backyard and just rest, but I think you guys have longer holiday than us. I can't wait to go with the kids to Disney. I have never been to Disney. Oh, you love water? Yeah, waterfalls are beautiful. Absolutely. Um, Europe is so close. Europe is so close to you. Where are you at, David? I know. I mean, geez, I could like fly to Ireland and back in, for a week or two, and it's cheaper than Disney. Oh, you're in London? Okay. I know I'm going to start saving now. Angel, we took the kids on Disney cruise, 3 days on sea and 4 days in the park. That sounds nice. See, you know what, though? I wouldn't mind doing a cruise. And I've done like those little miniature cruises, like out in the ocean, like, when you're on vacation and stuff, the daytime cruises and, dinner cruises and stuff like that. But I've never actually done like a full like cruise. Um, I think I would like it better that like the ships are so big now anymore. Like they're like three whole city blocks. They're here and they've got entire water parks on the top of them. And if I'm going to be on a cruise, I want to feel like I'm on a cruise. I don't want to feel like I'm crammed into a city block full of people. So I wouldn't mind doing a cruise if like the cruise ships were back, back when the Love Boat, like that size cruise ship, that I could handle. Oh, your Carmine and Victoria's story? Oh no. You'll have to tell us that on your show, Angel. Yeah, tell us on Sunday. All right. Get this person out of here. Thank you guys. Anybody with a wrench, feel free to whack them. My mom and her sister went to New York for her 60th birthday. That's wonderful. Did they enjoy it? Did they have a good time? I like to go see the wild horses out. Disney was my first cruise. I've gone on a few, but I really didn't like them anymore. Oh, they love it. Oh, wonderful. Well, truth be told, New York isn't what it used to be. I mean, I'm sure for out of towners, it's still exciting, but I remember we would go up there when I was a kid, and the first time I ever went to FAO Schwartz, and because I think I forget what happened, but my mom's parents were going up there the one day, and they're like, "Oh, we're going up to New York. Can we take Jesse with us?" And there were a couple, and we went up to New York. We saw all the sights. We saw Rockefeller Center. We saw, um, they took me into FAO Schwartz, and I believe that was the Fifth Avenue location. I know they're in 30 Rock Center now, but I think that was when they were still on the Fifth. Was it Fifth Avenue location? And you walk in and you see the huge clock, and it wasn't too long after. Actually, I think it might have been right before the movie Big came out. Can't remember if it was right before or right after. You're too old for New York. I like going up to Montana. I love Myrtle Beach. Well, I love Myrtle Beach specifically because I get to stay there for free, but any beach will do, really. As long as it's not gross. I love the mountains though too. Going out to see wild horses would be awesome. I think I would enjoy that. I have a good story about Canal Street. Me and my daughter's best friend's mother, we were very naive. No, they stayed in Manhattan. Well, Fifth Avenue is in Manhattan. Manhattan's big. Manhattan's big. But we used to go up to Long Island more, only because that's where my stepdad's from. So we were always, if we went to New York City, it was either, a special trip to the city, or then my brother lived in Brooklyn for about, I want to say almost 30 years, before he moved out west. I have heard Montana and Wyoming. I have too. I have too. Twisted Tea. I had one of those stories about Cozumel. Cozumel. Sounds so nice. Cozumel. I haven't been there in about 10 years, but I did love it. All right, hang on one second, guys. Let me do something here. Um, let's see if that helps a little bit. See, this is why I wish I had my members only back. Um, it's like London, it gets bigger, not better. Well, it was kind of New York to me, and I'm not trying to insult the city of New York, but I think it was kind of going downhill to begin with. Like, lifestyles change. people don't understand how much the internet has changed society. Like, a lot of people don't go out like they used to. Remember back in the 80s, we all needed something, we went to the mall. Well, who the hell goes? Well, all the malls are closing down because nobody goes out anymore. Everybody, you either order it online or whatever, or get it like drop shipped to your house via the freaking whatchamacallit, those little you know what I mean, little helicopter things. Drones, yeah, there you go. Um, so a lot of people don't go out as much. So I think it's been going downhill for a while. And I know during that evil dark time 6 years ago, I know a lot of people were moving out of the city. So that's when a lot of it went downhill. I don't like big cities. That's why I don't live in them. Well, you know what? We kind of have to have them. Um, I like going to the city. I don't like living in the city, but I like going there and visiting. Um, yeah, I got pretty good mods over here, Twisted Tay. I might give some of you, a couple more of you, some mod too. Um, but um, eventually we'll get there. We'll get there. Wyatt, the countryside is the best. Well, Wyatt lives out in wide open spaces, don't you, Wyatt? You moved out in 95, yeah. So you've been out for a while. I never actually lived in a big city. Um, yeah, I've lived on farms. Mainly when I grew up, I lived in a town. Like growing up, I lived in a town. Um, I guess technically I live in the city of Bethlehem, but I'm not like in the city of Bethlehem. I'm out in the township. So it's not, I'm not in like the crowded city or anything. I really like the suburbs, but plenty of people love the city. They must have a trigger finger. I only have about 650 acres. Is that all, Wyatt? Is that all? Everybody in my chat room could build a house somewhere on Wyatt's property and we would never run into each other. Suburbs are not, yeah, I grew up in the suburbs. I guess I'm a snotty suburbanite, I guess. You know. I've lived in small towns my whole life. Neighbors' homes aren't very close to mine. But oh my goodness, hit the likes, people. In the UK, you go from the city to the countryside within 10 miles. Oh, yeah. It's like that here too, David. I mean, it really just depends. I mean, the particular area I live in have like three, well, Allentown being the biggest major city, but Allentown, Bethlehem, and then there's Easton. They're all kind of connected. So it's like three cities all connected, but you could live on the outskirts of them and still have property. See, this is what I like. I don't. I love people coming in here and we just discuss different things, um, cool things. And now that I accidentally bought StreamYard again for the month, maybe I could do a little bit more interesting things and show you guys some things in my life. And of course, I'm real careful about what I put up on here. I've had some run-ins, you know. I'm probably 20 miles from Boston. Boston's a very nice city. I like Boston. Um, actually, I gotta tell you, Twisted Tea, I went to Salem, Massachusetts for my honeymoon. But that's where I wanted to go, and that's where we went, you know? But, yeah, I kinda live right in that beeline of you start up in Boston, then you hit New York, and then you start hitting, like, Allentown, Bethlehem, down to Philly, then below Philly, you have, Baltimore, Richmond, Richmond might be below Washington, D.C., all the way down. Like, I live right in that beeline. I've always they call it a bee around here, we call it beeline. It's all the major cities. Oh, it was. It was so much fun. I had a great time. Depending which way you go, I'm about 15 miles from Cleveland. Cool. I have about 300 acres in Arizona and 350 in Missouri. Oh, good night, David. Thank you for coming. You're always welcome here, David. Thank you for coming. Thank you for being a friend. um Wyatt, now how close are you to Tucson, Wyatt? See, I like that. David came here. I think this is only the second time he's been in my chat, um, but look, I like making new friends. He can come in here. We can welcome him in. Like I said, I don't know where he's from. If he just came across the show and stumbled upon it and liked it. You have a place in Tombstone? Nice. Yeah, let's all go build houses on Wyatt's property. We'll put a fence up. No evil YouTubers. Well, all right, guys. We're actually at 1 hour and 3 minutes. Um, I appreciate that all of you came to visit me. Um, what's today? Today's Friday. I might do another show tomorrow night. I'll definitely try and do one Sunday. I don't know if it's going to be the morning or the afternoon. I'll keep you guys all posted though. I love you guys. I love all you guys. Thank you. Thank you. I love that you come, and you guys don't know how nice it is to come here and talk to such lovely, friendly people. Um, Guys, everyone, I also have property in Bullhead City, Arizona. Oh, cool. I love you all. Try to be kind, and I will see you guys all in the next chat room. Bye, guys.